Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome into 6 p.m. in Lincoln with former Nebraska linebacker Chris Kolarevic.
Intercepted, ball game over. Picked off by Chris Kolarevic.
This is 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into the show. We got a very, very, very special guest in studio today. In studio, not on Zoom, in the flesh, Jared Brinkman. We also got Jake. Can't forget about the legendary producer. But we got Jared Brinkman in the studio. We have some big news to share. It's already online, but we can talk about it now.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, thanks for having me. Do I need to get this
a
mic
little closer to the mic.
Perfect.
There you go. There you go.
First time doing this.
Yeah,
but,
it's all good.
No, thanks for having me. So CFL trade window opened today, and I agreed to terms with Edmonton Elks.
The Edmonton Elks.
Yeah, so I got a 2-year deal with them. So going to Edmonton.
So you did 2.5 years in Toronto.
In Toronto, yeah.
Won 2 Grey Cups.
2 Grey Cups.
Now a free agent and just signed with Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what have you heard about Edmonton? How do you feel about going to that city?
I'm excited. You know, the coaching staff over there. I've just heard great things about. I know they've talked to me. They want to, bring tough football back to Edmonton. I think that's kind of my style. So I'm excited. It's a beautiful city. I got to get into hockey a little bit to find out about this McDavid guy they've been talking about.
Okay.
So we'll.
I think they did a hockey game in the football stadium at one point, right? I want to say I saw that when I was up there.
They may have, but no, I'm not too sure about the hockey world right now.
Yeah, you might have to get into it. What's the team called? The
Oilers.
The Oilers. That's right. The Edmonton Oilers.
They got the best player in the league on their team.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to hit them up. See if we can hang out.
See if you can hang out. I bet he will.
He's
probably a cool guy.
Yeah. I think
get some tickets. Maybe get some box seats to the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe you could get him some Elks tickets.
I'll give him.
We should clarify the Elks, not the Eskimos. Formerly known as the Eskimos.
I
don't know if we have to bleep out the word Eskimo. It's a Redskins situation.
We might have to. I think they're canceled. They're out.
Jake, we got to bleep out the word Eskimos here. It's a Redskins situation. I keep saying I said Redskins.
You're getting canceled.
But anyway, take me through this CFL experience. How is the CFL? We can get into you and I eventually, but let's talk to me about how the CFL is. How's it been treating you? What was it like getting up there and getting integrated in that league?
Yeah, no, the CFL has been great for me. I started, it was 2.5 years ago. It was about end of September, maybe beginning of September. I was coming back. I went to a Vikings game, and I was training still, hoping something would come up, and I got a call, and it was Toronto, and they asked me if I wanted to be on their practice squad for the last 4 weeks of the season. So I went up there, and they were the top team in the league, and they ended up clinching the bye game first week of the playoffs. So they sat all the starters last game of the season, and I was able to play, and I had a good game, and then went on, and they dressed me for the Grey Cup in 2022, and so I got my first title there. That was a great experience. Second year was a great year. I got injured middle of the year, so it was kind of ups and downs. We had it was the best team in CFL history. We were 16-2,
4-0 against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, which I was a part of.
Yeah, I got bragging rights right there. I got bragging rights. No, but hey, they got us this year. They got us all 3 times,
which was surprising because Hamilton was not good this year.
No, Hamilton was good.
But their record wasn't good. Like the only games they were winning was Toronto. They weren't beating anybody else.
They started off slow. I'll give them that, but it ended up. Bo Mitchell was one of the best QBs in the league, and
in the history of the league, actually.
100%. And I think their O-line was top of the line. I think they have one of the more physical O-lines in the league for sure.
Yeah, they're center guard. They're all Canadians, and they're really physical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Beard, Ravenberg, those guys.
Yeah, they were definitely. They'd probably most like American football, where they wanted to push you off the line.
Because it's a little different up there. Because how does so there's a lot of different rules in Canada, but one of them that really impacts the D line is the D line has to line up a yard off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
How does that affect your your strategy, your technique? How does that affect the game?
Yeah, it's definitely for some guys an adjustment. I know a lot of rookies this year, they were, coming up to us like, how do you get used to this? How long? And you just get used to it. But in college, I started playing probably, maybe a yard off the ball when I was playing my nose guard position.
You were doing it anyway. It helps.
I liked it just because when you're up close like that, it's great. You're going to punch them quick, but with that zone, it's easy to get scooped. It's really easy to get scooped. So if I'm a yard off the ball, I can kind of see the flow and take my first step, forward.
You can get a read.
Exactly.
It lets you get a read of the play instead of just slamming your face into somebody.
Exactly. So I was playing a yard off the ball, so I was kind of used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That football IQ that comes from playing for a long time.
Yeah, that's just great coaches.
Great coaches. Shout out to Coach Pop.
Oh, yeah.
Coach JJ. Dog. So the CFL, how are you feeling going into Edmonton? Where's the body at? Where's the mind at? How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I think last year I was having a great start to the season, and some injuries slowed me up, and that's just part of the game. But this year I feel great. Going at training a little different, and just excited to get up there and make an impact.
You're gonna make a big impact. Basically the whole D line's coming with you. I think I saw.
I know our D line coach is coming over, and we got one of our DNs, Robbie Smith, and one of the best D tackle in the league, Jake Sarasna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, is there any other major differences that you see playing D line in the CFL versus in America, other than the yard difference? Is there any technique or any other differences?
Yeah, definitely. Especially us playing in the Valley in college, it was a lot of power. It was a lot of, that was the league. I thought it was probably 70% run. And it's not like that most places.
No.
So it's really, as a D tackle, you're working on run stopping, and trying to get that penetration and stuff, where CFL, it's 3-down football. So it's a lot more passing. So that was one of my biggest things. I had to develop a better pass rush game, just because it's, you got to be good. You got to get.
You have to be good at pass rushing the passer.
That's the name of the game. If you're getting that 6-7 sack range, you're top of the line.
Yeah, and it's only 3 downs, so there's just not as much opportunity to run the ball.
No. But
if you run the ball on first and only get a yard,
yeah,
you have to get 9 yards the next play.
But my opinion, I think teams that can run the ball, I think they're the best teams in the league
for sure.
So I think there's more passing, but I think teams that can establish the run are gonna end up doing better.
For sure. Not as much gap scheme for sure. I remember from playing up there, it was a lot of zone.
It's basically all zone. They really don't run anything.
Very rare.
Yeah, no power. Maybe a few teams run a little power, but
yeah, I remember seeing it like a 10% or 15% power.
Double teams aren't as double teams are huge in college, getting that gallop step block where they're attacking your hip and stuff. But double teams are really quick up to that linebacker. So
it felt a little bit. It felt a little bit more to me like, okay, so there's 18 games in the CFL.
Mm-hmm.
The guys are a yard off the ball. These guys are older. They're not bash their head into the wall type guys. It felt like the O-line was more shield blocking more than trying to drive somebody off the ball. Yeah. More kind of like just getting in front of them to create a lane for the running back.
Yeah, and I think that happened. And I think part of that, we probably don't see it all the time, but the RPO's happening behind it, so they can't get upfield. So you never know with that, but definitely, more shield blocking, getting you out of the way because the backs are studs and they can break an arm tackle. And so it's a little different there. Which
there's some really good running backs up there.
Yeah. Oh, there are, but I don't mind because I don't have a guy ramming my hip all game long, so that's nice for me.
Yeah. The no double team thing is huge.
Oh yeah, it is.
But a good nose up there can really make a difference. Like you can really make a difference in the game.
Yeah, for sure. If you're I still think if you're getting that penetration, if you're a guy getting penetration every play, you're disrupting every play. Even though you might not make every tackle, you're disrupting the play, and the timing's going to be off, and it's just you're going to cause havoc.
A lot of havoc.
Yeah.
Jake, how much do you know about the CFL?
Not too much. I mean, I know a little bit about the Grey Cup and history there, but that's about it.
Oh, really? What do you know about the Grey Cup? You might know more than me.
Well, not too much. Again, I do a show with Steve Taylor on Wednesdays, and he won a couple Grey Cups, so he likes to tell me about. I know there's different rules there, but if I tried to break it down, I'd sound like an idiot. So I don't
We
want
could break down a
yeah.
couple of the different rules.
Yeah.
So
Some of the weird ones.
Some of the weird ones.
Okay.
No fair catches.
12 I actually love that though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think the NFL should implement it.
It definitely adds an extra aspect to the game.
Because our kick returner this year had 5 touchdowns this year, and you don't see if you get one a year in the NFL, you
actually got to watch
you're
special
an all
teams.
pro. Yeah, you got to give them a 5-yard shield, so they get 5 yards, or else it's a 15-yard penalty. So they have to return it every time. But it's some of the most electric plays.
They are electric. They're definitely electric.
Uh-huh.
So we got that. We got 12 men on the field. We got bigger fields.
The Rouge.
You get a point if there's a kick and it goes through the back of the end zone.
Yeah. So we actually won a game this year. It was tied. We were driving, got the ball to like 30-yard line, and our kicker was a stud all year. Just, and he knew he's playing in the league. He knows he just needs to kick it out of the end zone. He kicks it. It was about, 3 or 4 yards left of the goalpost, and we missed it and we won. We started celebrating. So it's a little different than that.
A little different.
And then one of the craziest ones, the onside punt. You remember?
Yes, I remember.
It's only Montreal that does it for some reason. The onside punt.
The onside punt. Yeah, I remember practicing that a few times.
Yeah,
if I remember right, we had a couple plays in where okay, so you would line up normally as a punt in a punt formation, and then I was one of the guys that would kind of fan out right before the ball would get snapped.
So that's a different one. What I'm talking about is,
you're talking about
you're in offensive formation. Everyone's spread out. You throw it behind the line of scrimmage and they catch it. The guy has to punt it 1 yard and he can jump on it. And it's a first down.
This one went viral.
It's a first down. Which the first time I saw it, I didn't know what to say. I was like, what do you mean it's there?
Yeah, I saw Barstool Sports retweeting that.
Yeah, it's I couldn't believe it, but
it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, it's got hit on us a couple times.
Yeah. But you can also do like a planned onside punt.
Yeah, you can.
Where you're in punt formation and you bring some guys over right before the snap. They loop around and the punter does like a sky kick, and then one of your guys has to go up and get it. It's kind of like it looks like an onside kick, but it's not. It's a punt.
If you
don't see that too often though. Like now, it'll get run a couple times a year.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
If you bat the ball out, if it's a loose ball and you bat it out to your ball.
That's right. Wow,
it's a little different. So there's some rules that are.
The ball's a little bigger. The field's a little bigger. I'm trying to think. There's got to be more.
Oh, you got to see this video. I don't know if you saw it. The punt off.
Punt off. What's that?
So it happened, I don't know, maybe 2010. I don't know if it was a Grey Cup or not, but a team's it's a tie game, whatever, and team's kicking a game-winning field goal. They miss it. Guy in the end zone catches it because he has to catch it, or it's a point. He comes out and he punts it back because you can punt it back.
I have seen this.
The other team recovers it. They punt it straight back, and it just keeps going back and forth. And I mean, it's one of the it was day one meetings. They show us this.
So can you explain why they're punting it?
So it's so they wouldn't get tackled in the end zone. If they get tackled in the end zone, it's a point, right? And they lose the game.
Oh,
yeah. So they need to get the ball out.
So then, why did the other team punt it back?
Because they're trying to kick it through the end zone and get that.
Get the rouge.
It's crazy. Like,
That's kind of electric,
but it's awesome. Like
that is actually cool.
One of the most amusing plays you ever watch.
It's definitely a more entertaining game.
Yeah,
it's definitely. I think it's a more entertaining game.
Faster pace for sure. Yeah, if you want and again, I know not everyone's tuning into every CFL game, but when people watch it, they tell me they're like, it's a fun game to watch.
It's a very fun game to watch, and I won't lie, it's very fast paced. I was gassed up there. I've never been in my life more gassed in a football game than I was in the CFL.
I know this was
playing special teams, and I think I got a couple steps on defense, but I was gassed on the special teams. Like I couldn't breathe. Because it's every 3 downs you're out there, and if you go 2 and out a couple times.
Oh no, the teams guys, they get the most gas I've ever seen. I mean, there's guys every game puking on the sidelines just because it is 2 plays and they're out there, 2 plays and they're out there, and they're running the whole field. Then some of them are playing defense, so
I got up there in week 5, I think.
Yeah.
Hadn't put pads on in a full year since basically the Iowa game in my senior year. Hadn't put pads on. I play 2 weeks later, so I'm not like, I'm in shape, but I'm not in like game shape. And I go out there and I'm sprinting everywhere because in college, like if you're on special teams, you got to sprint because it's not that like you don't do that many snaps.
Yeah.
So I get out there and I'm sprinting everywhere, and I realized real quick, like I'm not gonna be able to do this. You have to kind of pace yourself a little bit because there's like 40 special team snaps.
Yeah. It's
the field's bigger and there's no fair catches, so you have to play through the whistle every play too.
And that's
different part of the game.
College football, they always tell you got to win the 3 stages, special teams being one of them. And in college, I'm like, I get like if you get a block punt, it's really going to be hard to win the game. But in the CFL, that special teams category is you need to win special teams.
You got to. It's a really because they, you know how it is in America. Coaches will say, especially special teams coaches will say, it's a 3-part game.
Exactly.
But it's really like, it's really
was 80% are fair catches.
Yeah, it's really not. But in the CFL, it's legitimately like it's a 3-part game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that special teams is very close to being as important as offense.
100%. And in Toronto, we had one of the best special teams coaches I'd ever been around. One of the best coaches I've ever been around.
Yeah.
So
I was a big fan of mine in Hamilton too. I don't know. Maybe he's watching. I'm friends with him on Facebook, but Coach Reinbold, shout out to Coach.
Yeah, mine's Mickey Donovan.
Yeah,
he's he's one of the guys.
One of the guys. All right, we're taking a quick break here. We'll be back in about 2-3 minutes. We'll see you soon.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of 3.
Hey farmers, Boyd Farm Outfitters is hosting a product expo at their facility near Exeter on Tuesday, February 11th. They'll introduce the newest products from Precision Planting and demo the Quick Draw Spray Tender System. They'll give you an up-close look at the Green Eye Select Spraying System, reveal the future of soybean traits, and much more. Stay up to date with the newest technologies in agriculture and learn how your farm can save time and money to become more efficient. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for more information, and they'll see you on the 11th.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, I see you, Jake. We got a music switch up this week on a transition. I like it. I really like it. This is really getting me in the mood to do some radio here. I like it, Jake. Good work on that one. Great work on that one. All right, so we talked about the CFL for a while. Let's go back. Let's take it back. I always like hearing guys' stories about how they got to where they got. So, like, talking middle school, high school, what sports were you playing? What were you doing? Obviously, I know you did wrestling, but what all were you doing in middle school, high school as you were growing up?
Yeah, so always, football, wrestling, and I guess track and field were my sports in high school. I wrestled from first grade on up, and
3-time state champ,
2-time state
2-time
champ,
heavyweight state champ in wrestling.
Yep, 2-time state
in
champ.
Iowa too. And Iowa is the biggest wrestling state in the country.
Yeah,
you should see how they pack out this state championship wrestling. Yeah, it's wild.
The atmosphere for the state tournament, it's hard to beat. I mean, it's 14,000 fans, and it's crazy. It's amazing weekend. It's so much fun. Like the Iowa State Wrestling Tournament's one of the best things in Iowa. If you haven't been to it, whatever, just the atmosphere around Des Moines, stuff like it's so much fun. But did that track. I was state champ my senior year. Set a state record. But football, I always knew football was what I wanted to do. So I really didn't consider. I was ready to be done with wrestling. I don't know if people say this, but after 11th grade, I was like, I am checked out. I'm done being in this hot room all day, sweating, freaking, I didn't have to cut weight, so that was nice. I was eating whatever I want, but watching these guys cut weight around
watching is hard. It's hard watching.
It was hard on me too. As I'm having my third Jimmy John sandwich of the day, it was hard.
It's really sweating it out.
Yeah. So
did you say you didn't wrestle your senior year?
I did.
You did. You ended up wrestling your senior year.
You
were so good at it. The coach probably wouldn't let you quit.
I could not do that. I didn't want to do track my senior year. A bunch of my friends were doing golf. So I thought that sounded amazing. Just go out on the golf course.
You did golf your senior
year? Be horrible. Just have fun. Right around. I thought that sounded pretty fun.
Good times.
But ended up doing track my senior year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you win a state championship as a thrower?
Won a state championship my senior year. Yeah.
So state champion wrestler, state champion thrower, state champion in football. 3-time football state champion, 2-time Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, 2-time Grey Cup champion. The list of accolades. I mean, it's safe to say that Jared Brinkman is a winner. He's a winner. at every level.
I don't like to lose. I don't know. I don't like to lose.
We could tell. Okay, so you did wrestling. How do you think wrestling helped you with football?
Oh, wrestling was everything. I mean, just becoming more athletic. I mean, you get yourself in weird positions. You got to learn to have balance to get yourself out of, and then just the mental toughness. I mean, I was having guys in there that would beat me up every day, and I was getting. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but Shark Tank, where I'm wrestling whatever, and I got about five guys and their coaches. Guys we'd bring in that were wrestlers in college, and they'd come in, they'd wrestle me for about, we'd go live, wrestle me for about a minute, 2 minutes. Then the next one would come in. And so we do this, 20 minutes. By the end of it, I can't stand up. I'm, contemplating.
I don't want to do this anymore. But nobody could beat. So they had to just throw the kitchen sink at you.
And that's the thing they do with good wrestlers, and especially heavyweights. It's hard to find big guys.
Another heavyweight to go against you. You got to get practice in. That makes sense. Yeah, we had a guy this year, or it would have been last year. He was playing Nash Hutmacher. He was playing nose for Nebraska, but he wrestled heavyweight too for Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah.
He wrestled
heavyweight.
He's a stud.
Yeah, he was a stud. He's at the Senior Bowl right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
What's he projected?
I actually don't know. Do you know? Have you seen anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's back into the draft somewhere.
I would imagine like a third day 3 pick.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's a great thing to have on your resume.
Yeah, oh yeah. For me, knowing he's right, I mean, he's tough. He's tough. And he's athletic.
Tough and athletic.
To do that.
Really, can really play in the trenches.
Yeah, for sure.
War number 0.
That's awesome. I always thought about having a single digit number, but I don't think I could pull it.
I think you could pull it off.
I don't think
I think you could have pulled off like a 3. I think you could have pulled off a 3.
I don't know. I didn't have the belly for it. You gotta have a belly.
A little bit,
a good belly. And then you can pop it
right,
up.
Right.
You look real good.
Can you wear? Because I know like in the Missouri Valley, did it matter? Could you wear any number?
So, I think it was junior year they switched it, so guys started wearing single digit numbers.
Was it? How about in the CFL? Can you?
You can wear single.
You can wear whatever in the CFL. Yeah, because what's his name? Sean Oakman was wearing 2, right?
He was 2,
and he was playing your position.
Yeah.
Sean Oakman, you guys remember that picture? Jake, you remember that picture of the guy from Baylor?
Oh yeah,
that's Sean Oakman.
Yeah.
Sean Oakman was Jarrett's backup in the CFL.
No, he was
No, I shouldn't say backup. I shouldn't. I used the wrong word. Co-starter. Would that be fair?
He was. I got there and he was one of the starting guys on the D line, and then second year, we were going back and forth, rotating, playing stuff. And this year he was on. Went to Edmonton, but no, he's.
Was he still in Edmonton?
He was there last year. I'm not sure where he's.
You might be reunited.
I know. I might see him again. I hope I do. Oak's one of the best dudes I've ever met. I mean,
one of the most freakishly looking people I've ever seen in my life.
He's a monster. But
it's true. Like in person, because I played against him, and it was. I mean, this guy's.
Oh yeah, it's unreal. He's the biggest man you'll see. And I will say this: I gotta give a shout out. Amazing cook.
Is that right?
I'd go over there and he'd cook me up some cornbread and some. He'd fry some chicken wings. We'd make some pasta. I mean, you couldn't beat it.
With the way that his stature, that makes a lot of sense.
And that's it. He's one of the best dudes I've
He would
met.
definitely need to be getting the calories in.
Oh, I know.
I would say.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's
Sean Oakman.
funny as could be.
Is he really?
Hilarious.
Wow.
Hilarious. Oak
awesome.
tree.
Yeah, you meet some characters up there in the CFL.
You do.
You definitely meet some characters.
You do.
In the best way. Yeah, I had. Do you remember Simone Lawrence?
I don't know if I do.
Number 21, the linebacker. He retired after my year. He was like a Hall of Famer linebacker.
Yeah, funny dude.
I had him on the show. He was hilarious. He was telling all sorts of stories. Hey, what'd you think of Simone, Jake?
Oh yeah, he was hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah. He's good.
One of the funniest
good
people ever.
entertainer. Yeah.
And he kept. What was funny is he kept cussing. Jake, I would look over at Jake and he's like, like, come on, man.
I've had to check myself a few times tonight. It's not,
I kept being like, Simone, you got to lay off. And he'd be like, I got you 10 minutes later. Yeah, no, I was with him. I drew a lot of inspiration from him because this dude, so he went to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Got undrafted free agent, I think, with the Niners. This dude has gotten cut from 4 different NFL teams. He's played in the UFL, and then he played in the CFL for 11 years. Like the amount of mental toughness, people don't realize how hard it is to get cut and keep going.
Yeah.
And then play for all these different teams, and then play in the CFL for 11 years as a linebacker.
crazy.
And then the year I was there was his 11th season, his last season. And I'm telling you, this dude did not miss a rep.
What? I was going to say, did he get that last year package?
I'm telling you. No, he didn't because the ownership was they were kind of ready to move off him because he was getting older. And he was like, I'd have to prove myself every day. And this dude was literally every rep talking smack, showing up, hustling.
Was he?
35 years old. And I was like, that is one of the most inspirational people I've ever been around because like I've never seen somebody that impressive every single day, day in, day out, show up like that.
That especially that far in your career, that's crazy. Because the one thing, Toronto, the front office was amazing. And with older guys, if you put in your time, they were gonna take care of you.
They knew, and they know it's about performance in the game.
Exactly.
And if your performance in the game starts to slip, it's a different story. But if you're performing in the game.
Yeah, and if you give everything to the league and all,
because it is a major sacrifice. You live in a different country.
Exactly, and so yeah, the front office, they'd take care of the veteran guys, and some guys, they'd sign them to a contract and they'd get hurt, and go on 6 game for the year and have kind of a farewell. Hey, thank you for everything you did.
Yeah,
and 100%, that's awesome.
There's not a lot of guys that stick it out up there.
No,
it's a grind. Like it's a grind. I have a lot of respect for anybody, including you, who sticks it out because it's an 18-game season with 3 preseason games and maybe 3 playoff games. Like it's a long grind of a season.
Yeah,
you're not making as much money as the NFL, and you're in a different country. It's a grind, and you're away from family, and it's like you have to really love the game. And I have a ton of respect for anybody in that league.
Exactly. And if you're playing the NFL, UFL, you're in America, going to a different country to watch, people aren't as eager to do that. So it is times up there. There's times I was up there 2-3 months without seeing anyone, I knew from back home. And it's tough. It's tough.
It's really tough.
For
sure it's tough. So I think we should talk about you and I a little bit.
Let's do it.
What made you? I know you were from Iowa, but was there ever a decision to make there? Were you always going to go to UNI?
So my dad played at UNI. So growing up, we were at all the UNI games. Went to the national championship.
What position did he play?
D-tackle.
You played D-tackle at UNI?
Played with Pop.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that actually. I knew he played at UNI. I didn't know he played with Pop.
Yeah, he played with Pop. Okay. But I'm sorry. What were we saying?
We were talking about whether there was ever a decision of whether or not you're going to go to UNI.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All good.
My brother went to NDSU. So my sophomore, junior year, I wanted to go to the NDSU. That's
because those were NDSU when we were in college were those guys.
Yeah.
Like they were winning natties every single year.
And my parents, they loved it up there. They loved going to all the games. That of course, I wanted to go play with my brother. They were a great team. Went up there and they didn't offered me a walk on, and one of them told my brother, we think he's maxed out. So that was
okay.
So I was enjoying
a 3-time football state champion, 2-time throwing state champion, and 2-time wrestling state champion. Oh, we're good. And his brother plays on the team.
Even though it didn't go our way all the time, I look forward to playing them every year.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
No question. Yeah. Those games did not go our way. We played. They had some good teams, though.
And our 2019 team was stacked, but looking at theirs was just as
stacked. I mean, we had the 2 quarterbacks I played against there were Easton Stick and Trey Lance.
Yep.
And I remember playing Trey Lance. I remember he dropped a big box fade on Austin Evans, and I went, that's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah. Well, and he was throwing to Christian Watson.
Yeah, it was a big box. He threw a big box fade to Christian Watson on our nickel, and it was like, oh, okay. Well, and I've never seen that before in a game. That makes sense.
That old line they had in 2019, I will go down and say this: they were better than any. There may be a handful of FBS teams that were better than them.
No, I think that's accurate.
4 of the 5 guys are starters on NFL teams.
You got a starting NFL receiver. You got a starting NFL quarterback, top 5 draft pick. You got 4 NFL linemen.
Tight end. Yeah, they were stacked. They were low.
Because I think that going into the 2020 season, we were ranked number 2, and they were ranked number 1.
Yeah, we're 2.
I think we were 2. I think we were 2. and NDSU was 1, probably
Yeah,
deservedly so.
yeah,
But I'm pretty sure we were 2. We had a loaded team too.
Then COVID came and screwed everything up.
COVID screwed everything up. I know. Coach Farley loses sleep over that.
The dream
season.
team.
The dream team. It's been 20 years building that.
You can only talk about it now.
Oh, you can only talk about it. That's one of those teams. All right, we can talk about that a little more after break. We're going to be back in a couple minutes. We'll see you soon.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 11th is $2 off burgers, limit of 2, 20% off sauces and spices, and 5 pounds of 75/25 ground beef for $20, limit of 2 while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic. Sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, so we got one last segment here. We got Jared Brinkman in studio. We got Jake, the producer. We were just talking about the COVID season. I still vividly remember, I think I was sitting in class, whatever, and got the text, hey, how did it go? I think it was like we had spring break the next week.
Dude, yeah.
And did they just text us like, hey, don't come back from spring break?
No, dude, it was just like whispers the week before we were going on spring break. Like, COVID was
We went to
coming
Panama
out.
City.
Yeah, and I remember going to Jed, our strength coach, and asking him, like, have you heard about this? And he's like, oh, I don't think it's going to be anything, And then
he ended up getting it pretty bad, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he did. He was down bad. But then the day we were leaving, they brought us all in, and I think that was like, hey, you're going to be gone for 2 weeks or something like that. But then that turned into about a year.
Turned into like a year.
Yeah.
And the season got canceled.
Remember we were having fall practices with masks on. We had a shield on our face mask. It was 95 degrees.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And Farley was running out. He'd pull his mask down. He's like, put your mask on.
That's right. You had to wear a mask under your helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, it was
I completely
horrible.
forgot about
Well, and then
that.
they brought us in.
Oh, that was miserable.
Season got canceled. And we kept practicing. It was like,
well, because it was
camp.
like I remember he called a lot of like the older guys into the meeting room, and he was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
we're gonna try and get a couple games. Like
Yeah,
we were
wanted,
trying to play
2 games.
BYU and Western Michigan,
Arkansas State
and everybody
was
said
one.
like, do we really want to like start a full season up and just play 2
Yeah, and
games?
we were all like, we don't want it.
At that point,
I don't know. Maybe it would have been
Harley
cool.
just really wanted to use that team.
He wanted to play with that.
Because let's talk about that team for a second. That team was unbelievable.
Yeah, we can go through position and just
Position by position. I
show
mean,
what they-
Will McElvain at quarterback.
Yeah, who ended up having
Over
a
10,000 yards passing in his career. Went to Central Arkansas.
The old line. We had
The O-line.
Spencer. with
Trevor
the
Penning.
Bills.
Spencer's with the
Trevor.
Bills. Trevor Penning's a first round draft pick. with the
Jackson
Saints.
was with the USFL.
USFL coaching now.
Eric Sorensen ended up being all conference player.
Eric Sorensen, Hoosman in the backfield, ended up getting signed by the Chargers out of North Dakota.
Yeah.
Isaiah Weston was a receiver, got signed by the Browns.
Defense is where it was.
Defense were really
loaded.
defense. Ellerson Smith, 4th round draft pick, D end.
Yeah.
You nose guard.
Bronte was a stud. You going to Nebraska. Omar Brown went to Nebraska and now played a game with
The Packers.
with the Packers.
Xavier Williams, Iowa.
Benny Sapp. I don't know. Was Benny there
Benny
yet?
Sapp.
Played with Green Bay for a year.
Yep.
I mean, it was just for an
was loaded.
FCS team. You do
Bradley
not-
Moore,
or Bradley Moore going to
Kansas State, and then the
played
Titans.
Titans and UFL. So I mean,
We're talking like over 10 guys that went to the next level.
yeah, and you don't see that a lot
No.
at FBS. You don't see it at FBS. You don't see it at FCS.
Yeah, it was one of those teams where I just know coaches still losing sleep over that season getting canceled because that was the team.
That was a hard.
He really wanted those games to get played, and I know why.
I will say this: that training, that COVID training,
Mhm.
was different.
It was different.
Building a gym in your garage,
Yeah.
waking up at 8 a.m. with your boys, blaring music, having the cops call on us for having
Yeah.
the music too loud, just getting strong. I mean, we had 2 guys. I mean, it was me and Spencer bench over 500, and we had 2 or 3 guys over 450. I mean, we were.
I
just
remember
a
you guys were benching
strong
500
team.
pounds in there.
Oh, it was so much.
It was
fun.
every single day. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much we work out twice a day and hang out at the
Yeah,
house.
that's all we did. We hung out, ate or drank protein shakes.
Drank protein shakes, cooked food, and we were playing a little frisbee golf at the time.
Playing
if I
frisbee,
remember
got
right.
into golf.
Got into golf,
Yeah,
got
we
into
just had to
frisbee
find
golf.
stuff to keep us busy.
Yeah.
But no,
Good times.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
me
And
too. I'm glad because I know a lot of people that were at their parents' house during that. And
that would have been horrible.
That would have been horrible.
And overall, like, I got 2 extra years of playing football. Like, I don't know where I'd be if that was my
Right.
last year. And that's 2 more years of developing.
No, that's a good
so,
point.
yeah, I don't know where I'd be.
Yeah, a lot of guys took that 6 year. Some guys even got 7th.
I know.
Shout out to Corby Sander.
I was
Nick
ready after
Ellis.
5. I was ready after 5.
Yeah, I did the 6 because I didn't play because the COVID year, the season gets canceled at UNI. You guys played a spring season. I didn't play a spring season, so
but
I didn't.
I played 5 seasons though. I played but because of that, I got an extra year because of COVID. So I played 5 seasons.
5 full seasons.
I think I gotta be up there for most games played at UNI.
Gotta be.
I got it. 5
Because you
years.
played. Did you play every game that you were?
I played 10 games my first year, and then every game.
Wow.
So I gotta
You
be
have
up
to be up there in snaps played.
Yeah, no one else got a 5th. And maybe some of these guys now, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because typically you wouldn't get 5 years if you played your freshman year because
No.
you would have a red
No,
shirt.
yeah.
So you've got to be up there like top 1. I don't know how else anybody would have gotten more games.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I don't know.
Maybe nowadays if you redshirt because you get 4 games if you redshirt, and then if you medicaled and you get like 4 games. Even then, you still.
I might be up there. I might be up there all
I
time.
think you might be top 1. I think you might be top 1.
I might be playing the most college games ever. So
Ever.
Yeah, I feel special.
What's the quarterback? Was it Bo Nix that had a ton of snaps?
Oh, actually, yeah, no.
I think
Bo Nix played more.
I think
than
Bo
me.
Nix might take the cake
Bo Nix
there.
definitely played more. And that Utah QB that's going into his 8th year.
8.
You guys.
Well, so it wasn't there a Miami tight end that went 9.
Yeah, dude's like 30. Weirdo.
It's pretty unbelievable.
Playing football with a bunch of 18-year-olds.
It's pretty
kind of
unbelievable.
weird.
Yeah, it is
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit. It is a little bit strange.
Yeah, there's 17-year-olds in that locker room when you're 30.
Yeah, at that point,
You
was he a
gotta-
punter or was he a tight end?
He's a tight end.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he had to look
Yeah,
like an old man.
I think at that point,
You know, at some point, like when you hit 26, you start losing that body. You had to look like an old man too.
yeah, at that point, you got to know.
Yeah, he's
when
a
it's
vet for the
time.
NFL.
6 years is pushing it.
Seven's
Seven
a
is
little crazy.
7 is crazy.
A little crazy.
8 is over the top. 9 is like
You love football. You
I don't even
love
know if
football.
you love football. You might just love college. You just love college.
That dude couldn't leave.
He couldn't leave. He just loved Miami too much.
It was Nick Ellis, who played 7 years. He hosted me on my official visit, and then played,
Same. I
then
was
played
there.
a year
I was
after
there.
me. So
Hey,
great.
that was a nice official though. That was a good time.
That was oh,
we had
man.
Brock on that official. We had Mason on that official.
Slater.
Slater was on that
Bunch of
official.
dogs on
Bunch
there.
of dogs on that
No,
official.
but no, wake up. They had us wake up at 7 a.m.
I remember that. Farley loved it.
God, that was horrible. 2 hours of sleep.
Crazy times. All right. That's the wrap on the show. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location